To tell the honest truth, I didn't think that I would exactly be planting any more seeds anytime soon, judging on the amount that I've got behind me. But it suddenly hit me in the middle of the night that I've got 150 square meters of greenhouse space to play with. And that means a lot of plants that need to go in. So I've picked another 5 heirloom seeds that I'll be planting. I have got some of them out, but we'll just add to them. And I thank you for joining us. And if you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all of our latest videos as we upload them. So I managed to put all of my seeds into these containers, and from here they'll go back into the fridge, and the fridge is one of the best places to keep your seeds. And in a container it's obviously a lot more usable and a lot more user friendly. You can also just write onto the front of them and you'll know exactly what they are. Now I know these are a little bit overkill, but we have got some smaller ones now. I think we learned from our mistakes on that one. Like I said, mistake was learnt on those bigger ones, so we managed to find some smaller containers, and those are obviously a lot more user friendly, take up a lot less space in the fridge, and you can actually see a lot more because they don't take up as much space. So what I'm going to be doing with these heirloom seeds that I've got out here is I want to plant them all in their own individual containers so they can get a little bit bigger. You can kind of see the difference between the ones that were planted earlier and these ones which we'll plant out a lot later as they've developed a bit more. So definitely long overdue that I take you guys on a garden walk around, show you how everything's growing and how everything's performing using our compost. We have planted a lot of heirloom seeds lately, and we'll probably continue to plant once a week until all of our planting boxes get put in here. We have got 150 square meters to fill up. It is probably about 80 to 90 planter boxes, so we have really got a lot of place to fill up. But it will be interesting to just watch how things do progress and how things do take using our compost as a base. So I'm just going to start on a bit of a perimeter walk around. This is what we actually planted out 2 days ago. So that is a crystal apple cucumber. We've got some nasturtiums here. They go well as companion plants. So in the center we've decided that I'm going to be putting some broccoli. Probably got space for about 6 or 8 inside here, you know, depending. We'll see as they get bigger and we plant them out. Got a couple bags of supplies here in the corner. So one bag of, you know, the horse bedding material. I've got some finely screened soil, and then I've got some extra hay which we brought across here. I managed to get some potatoes from my house yesterday. I found them in my cupboard, and these guys were already kind of starting to sprout up. So I didn't have much success with the potato that I put in the bottom, but maybe I buried it a little bit too deep. Maybe it should have been started on the surface. We don't know, but you know, this is experimental, so we'll see what happens with these ones. I'll see if they grow. And on this particular you know, planter bed for these potatoes, I've actually added a comfrey tea mix. So this is the only one that I've actually sprayed comfrey tea directly onto the potato. It is all experimental, so that's essentially what it comes down to. You know, we can play an experiment. It's not the end of the world. And that's how we learn. So you guys will definitely know, if you've been keeping up with the channel, that I have been raving about these strawberries. So we've really seen some great growth over the last, I think it's been 2 or so weeks that we've had them. But you can just count here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down at the bottom over there. That's just on this one over here, and these are really young plants. So they really are adapting well to the soil that we are using in here. We used a 50% compost with 50% topsoil, which I think is performing quite well. We added in some perlite so that there's, you know, a bit more drainage place for the roots to really attack that soil and gain all of those nutrients. I think there was another really good one down this side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over here you can see we've got one of our bottle drip feeders, and I will try and add a link in to one of my previous videos where you can see just how to make them. They're really simple and they are really effective at feeding nutrients to your plants, because you actually add your compostable materials into it and all of the nutrients leach out with that water onto your plants. So it does form a super nutritious base for your plants to feed off. So far we've just got 2 little brinjals in this bed. I have prepped this one for spinach, so eventually we'll get some spinach in here, but not just yet. I'm waiting for it to get slightly bigger. Now another interesting project that I did was this DIY vermicomposter, and it's really been producing well. I haven't really given much video input on just how it has been performing, but let's open it up and I'll show you guys just exactly, the worms seem to be really enjoying the new environment. I have given them quite a bit of food, so there is quite a bit of raw stuff lying here, but that's fine. So let's just see. So my little red wrigglers over here are having an absolute whale of a time. They've been breeding at a rapid pace. That was just a little handful. I see I've got one slithering here down my hand, a couple others over here, and quite a lot of babies. But one thing I did notice was a couple cocoons. I don't know how or if you guys will really be able to see this. Over there, that is what I would assume is a little cocoon of a red wriggler, because I have noticed there's quite a couple of them that are actually lying around. I've got these little baby red wrigglers over here. They're all actually busy coming up. How awesome is that? So as we can pretty much ascertain from opening this up, we have got a lot of what looks like cocoons. There's another one over there. See that little yellow type ball on the end there? So that's a little red wriggler cocoon. And I was reading a bit about them. Some places say they can house 3 to 4 worms. Other websites that I read say up to 20. So I really don't know who to believe, to be very honest with you, to be very clear with you. I don't know. All I know is that from what I've seen on my worms and the population, it has really improved and increased. We have an abundant population now, and a lot of young worms. A lot of them came in here extremely small, and they've doubled in size, and now we've got them having the next generation come in. So really happy with how that's performing. It's quite a nice little experiment to have in the garden. I'll probably close this up now for about a week or so, and I actually won't disturb them, because I think they're best left unattended to just do what they do. So let's close that up and let them carry on doing their business for me. Now I know this is quite a common one on the channel, but this was actually the first planter box that we got in here, and immediately we put in some garlic, which we found from the house. It had already started forming new shoots, so we thought, well, let's not waste that, let's plant that. And we did a video on how you can plant using table scraps, and that's exactly what we did, and they really are performing well. On that side over there, we've got some ginger, which is growing well, slowly but well. I mean, it's really performing nicely. We have got a Rhodes grass or a hay mulch here. It does lock in the moisture really nicely, and it does look quite appealing in my opinion. Over here we've got the comfrey. Comfrey is always quite a regular in any of my vegetable gardens. Its other name is knitbone. I know there are many other names that are used, but it's got a lot of healing properties as well as nutritional properties for within the vegetable garden and within the garden itself. So it's always a valuable key player to have. And of course, right next door to it over here, underneath all the seeds, so I won't remove them, I've got my comfrey tea, which is on tap. And This we use in a ratio of 1 part of this comfrey tea to 8 to 10 parts of water, and that adds as a beautiful liquid fertilizer. So once again here I've gone with a bit of a companion planting option. I've put these normal bush beans out here in the back, and the rest of this bed will be used to house carrots mostly. I think that's all I've really planned for it at the moment is carrots, but you know, that's my strategy for now. Do as much companion planting as I can. You know, let nature do its work. Getting back to all the guys that we planted today, so Blue Lake bush beans, the strawberry popcorn corn, Marmande tomatoes, we've got some zebra tomatoes and Listada eggplant. Over here I've got a lot of baby tomatoes. We've got some carrots over here, little finger carrots, some more crystal apple cucumbers. I haven't really got a place for those yet, but it's fine, we'll find some heirloom beetroot over here. I've got 2 varieties of beetroot. You'll see the other one now. It's a touchstone gold. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, there we've got touchstone gold. So they say, you know, no stain beetroot, and it's kind of like a yellow color. Quite interested to see how that turns out. I've just got some normal you know, Swiss chard over here, some long standing, and also going really nicely about a week or so, and that will be going out into the other bed just up at the top there, which we've just come from. Some nasturtiums and some edibles. We did plant out the celery, some more cucumbers, green zebra tomatoes and lettuce. I think I did that 2 days ago. Nothing obviously up yet, understandably, but I know you saying there's green zebra here and there's green zebra there. Yes, there is, but we've also got 150 square meters to play with. So over here we've got our canary yellow spinach, all growing very nicely, probably about 2 weeks away from being planted out as well as the orange fantasia spinach. Over on this side, all the heirloom seeds. So got my red broccoli over here, which will be planted out with the nasturtiums and the cucumber. We've got these Blue Lake bush beans, which are all just about coming through their eggshells. This one especially, you can actually see the root formation coming out the bottom. So I do think as soon as they all actually make their way out of the shell, what I will do is more than likely plant them straight into the soil, let them spread their wings and fly, I suppose, spread their roots and grow. So that's pretty much my plan. I've only got one little tomato which has popped up here, my Monday tomato. Oh, I see I've got a second one over here. It's always a new surprise when you come out to the garden. Over here we've got some Mizuna green. This is like a mustard type Japanese herb, I would say. And over here we've got some red amaranth. It's pretty much like a wheat product. A lot of onions popping up over there, parsley, basil, some more brinjals, spring onions, celery, thyme. I can't actually really get too close to the center here. And then obviously we've got these green peppers, which we are hoping to revive fully. My Venus flytraps are doing extremely well. They actually, I did trim off all the dead pieces today, but the growth on it's actually been extremely good so far. So there's new shoots that I see every day, as well as this little guy over here. I actually thought that he was goners until I saw this new little shoot that popped out this morning. So I'm very happy to have actually 2 plants. I arrived here with 1 dying plant and we're coming out with 2 healthy plants. So all in all, a good day. And that's it, folks. Just another day in the greenhouse, another day on the farm, another day producing high quality compost. I hope you guys have hit that red subscribe button by now so that you can keep up to date with all of our latest videos. From me, Andrew, here at Pro-Gro, it's always a pleasure to have you, and we look forward to seeing you on our next video.